Hello, 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 hello. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thursday. Good to see you. And thank you for all the wonderful responses because you guys are really making me feel good because I was really nervous about doing this. But I'm having a lot of fun. I like it a lot. Anyway, so I didn't get any questions, just comments. But I got a couple of emails kind of, that backdoor way of talking to me. And I think that I'll respond to those things because they were really interesting topics. But I'm going to go through the emails first because that is what I promised to do. And I like to keep my word. So, as I hope everyone had a good Thursday. Almost all of you said you love your family, and I love my family too. I wasn't leaving that out. I think what I was getting at is if we were talking about what speaks to you and what you can't live without, I know about your family. I need you to think beyond that. I need you to think about the things in your life, the things that interest you that you can't live without, that you need, like you need air and water. We all need our families. That's a given. But there are other things that motivate us. I mean, a lot of times, a lot of you, and I said the other night, a lot of people are at the crossroads right now. Everybody's trying to find out the next place to go or where to go in the first place. So how do you get there? Well, if I'm going to tell you how to get there, the first thing we have to figure out is what's in your heart. What is it that you enjoy doing? Because if you can figure out what you enjoy doing, it's a lot easier to move forward and figure out, things like, you know that you don't want to do certain things. So, that's all. All right, rattling. All right, so, thank you for all the compliments, because I got quite a few of them. I'm glad you enjoyed that. And a lot of you talked about your family. Lena said that she can't live without goals. I like that. That's pretty cool. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, you have to have goals, but goals to do what? A lot of people are in search of. So if we're going to deal with trying to help people with what they're in search of, I'm trying to find the things that speak to you. Because if we can find things that interest you, that's a direction to go in. If we can find the things that you can't live without, those are the things just to lift your spirit when the mundane gets to be too much. So, well, mainly just comments. So let's talk about this. Sometimes, how do you find peace? I think that find peace or the answers. A lot of you have heard of meditation and maybe never have. I've written a lot of blogs where I've referred to stillness. It's about finding your peace, your calm. I meditate every morning. I walk. After I take my walk, as most of you know, I had back surgery, and part of my rehab is I will have to walk for the rest of my life to make sure I have circulation in my back and to help me stay strong. But neither here nor there. But I also, after my walk is very meditative in its own right, because a lot of times I get a lot of answers in that quiet and in that still. We're overstimulated. We are an overstimulated population. We need people and TVs and radios and phones and all these things, and we don't shut it down. And so sometimes it is that still that lets you have the answers. The answers can get in. A lot of times we're blocking the answers because we've got so much going on. The average person never meditates. They never take 5 minutes for themselves. There's always an I've got this person around me and the kids and the husband and the blah, blah, blah. There has to be a moment beyond the shower when you shut your brain off and you're not talking to anybody else and you're living in that peace, in that moment. So if you can take 5 minutes for yourself before you go to work, just bring it down, Close your eyes and breathe. You'd be surprised how much peace you'll get from that. Your day will start off better. You'll sleep better. And the longer, you just do it 5-minute increments at a time till you work your way up to 30 minutes or an hour. But you have to find that private time to rebuild, to replenish, to think, in meditation you're not supposed to think. You're supposed to clear your head, and whatever's going to come in comes in. I get a lot of my inspiration from that, from my walk, and then to meditate. It all kind of comes to me. So I'm a firm believer, but you got to find the thing that works for you. But everybody needs 5 minutes, away from the kids, or what you have to take it. And you can't say, I don't have it. Everybody has 5 minutes. I don't care if it means going in the bathroom and closing the door. Everybody has 5 minutes. There's a point, I think, for all of us where you have to disconnect. I've said it before in my blogs. I don't carry my cell phone when I walk. When I work out, that's my private time. When I go to the spa, that's my private time. I don't need to be that connected to anybody. I don't care who you are. You can wait till I'm done. And, I have other theories about that. But I disconnect. You have to learn to disconnect. There was a time when we didn't have voicemail and cell phones and answering machines, and people talk to you when they talk to you. So I think we need to find the still. And so for those, if I don't know if I answered it, how do you find it? Maybe you need to be quiet for a moment. Take a second to slow it down, find your zen, and maybe the answers will come to you in that. Maybe you're running around so much that the answers can't get there because there's too much going on. So I think the question would be, how do you find your peace? How do you shut off, disconnect, and connect to spirit? For some people it's meditation, some people it's prayer. I'm sure there are other terms for it. But how do you find your peace? That would be my question of the day. How do you find your peace? Okay, it's late. I'm tired. I went out to dinner. Got home late. Talked to my mother too long. I'm tired. So that would be my question. How do you find your peace? I would give you a song of the day, but by the time I put this up and write it, I'll have one. Sorry, I'm going to get better at this. This is all going to have a little rhythm in a minute, but, it's the first few days. We're going to work this out. We're going to have fun. But, communicate with me, be in this with me. Let's have fun. Let's interact. Let's make this exciting. Anyway, have a wonderful Friday. Love and blessings. See you tomorrow.